Hey, aloha, and welcome to your Backseat Quarterback. This is Brother Richie. Week 14, and the NFL never disappoints. It's a sad state of affairs in New Jersey as the Jets and the Giants stoop to new lows. Carolina looking good as they take Philly down to the wire, but A.J. Brown is not happy during a 9-game win streak. Talk about a little bit selfish. Jared Goff goes full-blown Joe Montana on Thursday Night Football. We'll get into all that and more on this week's episode of your Backseat Quarterback.
Tell me, please. How the hell is it that me and Raz and Wooz and Easy and Arby and Eric and Alika and all of my friends and most of you listening out there, how the hell is it that we are smarter than these coaches and make $10 million a year? What are we doing here? I don't know. It smells a little fishy. Week after week, Sunday after Sunday. It's like a broken record. It's a Tuesday, high noon Hawaiian time. Then it is time for me, your backseat quarterback, Brother Richie.
Thank you. Thank you and aloha. Welcome to the Backseat Quarterback. Shout out to Captain Jack Hammer, your friendly local bartender down the street, for the Chihu button. We will definitely be putting this to use today. You know, I usually talk about the negatives and what dumbasses these coaches are, sometimes players and definitely officials, but you know, it's getting toward New Year. Maybe we'll be a little bit positive today too. A little shorter show today. I'm going to end with a new segment called What the Floose. So, you know, WTF means what the, but I figured to keep his memory alive, because we're going to miss the guy. What the Floose coming up. Probably finish the show with that. Welcome, everybody. Brother Richie live. High noon Hawaiian time out in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. Your backseat quarterback on my YouTube channel at NotPods, Instagram, and Facebook. Welcome. I did a little more Thursday night this week. I actually didn't have any obligations Sunday. No kid. I actually had to work. So I slept in. I kind of missed the first half. Shame. For shame. That's okay. Love you all. Thanks for joining. This one bugs me, and I talk about it quite a bit. I'm going to get into it even more. Don't waste dumbass challenges in the first quarter on shit that doesn't really matter. On Detroit's own 22, Green Bay, they run the ball, you know, it gets stopped short. They call it a first down. He thought it was short. It's going to be 4th and inches. Dan Campbell's probably going to go for it anyway. But upon further review, the call stands. Now you only have one challenge for 3.5 quarters. It's just not worth it. And this brings me to two assistant coaching positions that every single team should hire full-time, 365 days a year, and this is all they do. Because if you had a game management assistant coach with the red button straight to the head coach, you say, just don't do it. I don't care if he got the first down or not. Just don't do it. Thank you. Thumbs up. It's semi-idiotic. I can see if it's in the fourth quarter and you're down 3 and it's a 4th down. Yeah, challenge it. In the first quarter of a 0-0 game, who cares? They got a first down at their own 22. This is Matt LaFleur. He's a smart guy. He's young. He's ambitious. He's smart, knows the game, and he makes that call. And it's semi-idiotic, and I see it how many times every week? I dissect this shit. Game management assistant coach, full-time, every single situation that could ever happen, he studies, and he has a red button right into the head coach's headset, and he says, don't do it. Just let it go, bro. Secondly, clock management assistant coach. 24/7, 365, full-time, 200 grand position. Works hand in hand with the game management assistant coach. Any situation, situational football is so huge. Any change of possession, schemes, when to run the ball. You have to run the ball here. You have to throw the ball, make them use their timeouts. These guys work hand in hand in any situation you can ever imagine. They're ready for it. And they got the button straight to the head coach, right in his ear, and say, don't do it. What are we doing? Do I do that? Oh, no, we don't do that. You know what? You want to win games, don't effing fumble. Don't effing throw picks. Don't give up sacks. Run the ball. What the floose? Penalties, you can lose a penalty battle and win the war. Happens a lot. It's about 50-50 on penalties. I'll tell you what, though. Right here. You turn the ball over. You turn the ball over more than the opponent, you win the game 17% of the time. You get sacked more than the other team, you win the game 23% of the time. You run the ball 50-50, winning teams, that's what you do. Losing teams, throw the ball 60% of the time. You want analytics, that's it. Not dumbass, hey, we're down 14 points and we just scored a touchdown. Analytics says go for 2. F you. Since when? I know it's a broken record, same old shit, but it's effing irritating. People. Then Dan Campbell went all Mad Hatter on 4th down, and I think I love it. I think it's awesome. But from his own 30, and he doesn't get it, and that's a little bit of a head scratcher. But if that's and he said this game we're hurting on our defense and we're doing it, and he stood by his guns and he won the game. But after the INT, Green Bay goes 3 runs on the ball, quick, set, hut, touchdown. Why can't we do this? On the ball, set, hut. Offensive line in a 3-point sprinter stance, pounding off the ball just like it's the blocking sled. Do that 15, 20 times in a row and just see what happens to the D-line. Tell you what, though, those 4th downs is debilitating. When a team just says, we're taking 4 downs. It kind of makes sense. This could be a change in the whole schematic vision and the whole projection of the NFL. When you realize, we actually have 4 downs. It doesn't have to be 3 downs and punt. We actually do have 4 downs. And if we use all 4 downs for the most part, think about how much tougher it is for the defense. You have to average 2.5 yards a play instead of 3.4 yards a play. It's a lot of math. You know how tough it is to get a yard in the NFL these days. So make it or miss it, Dan Campbell. Keep this up, especially if you go win a Super Bowl and you make these calls, it's going to change the NFL. More than anything has changed the NFL probably since Chip Kelly and the mobile quarterback, run pass option, spread. That college shit took over the NFL for a while. There's still a handful of quarterbacks that do it. But Chip Kelly, way ahead of his time. Dan Campbell, you keep up the fourth down shenanigans. I don't know. Is he a fourth down guru? Fourth down ninja? Or maybe just a fourth down clown? I don't know. But I dig it. I see you, Dan Campbell. Don't ever change, Dan Campbell. Oh, Green Bay with another game management assistant coach. Play clock's running down. It's 3rd and 9. Late third quarter. Down a touchdown. Clock running down. Don't do it, coaches. Take the 5. Timeouts are so precious at the end of games. We need 3 timeouts. When there's 2 minutes left and we got a punt and we're down 3, we need 3 timeouts. You cannot be blowing timeouts in the third quarter. I don't care. I mean, maybe if there's 10 guys on the field and there's no cornerback and there's A.J. Brown out there. Even, I don't know, man. Definitely worth giving up a field goal, maybe even a touchdown to save your timeouts, I think. For sure, it's worth to go from 3rd and 9 to 3rd and 14. Just take the delay of game offense. Take the 5 yards. If you had a game management coach, he would be in your ear. And a clock management coach, both of them. They're sitting up in the booth together. They study every single night together, 365. All the different situations. Love the culture, though, that Matt LaFleur is bringing. They're a run-heavy power offense team, and they're sticking to it. Then the play action, Jordan Love, when he needs to be. They can make a deep run. Go, Pack, go. Let's see what kind of a coach Kyle Shanahan is. Now that he doesn't have all his weapons. I know he took Garoppolo to a Super Bowl. I don't know. We lose 3 in a row and struggle lately, but look pretty good Sunday. We'll see. I wouldn't mind Niners make another run to the playoffs. 2 games out. NFC West is down. I like Seattle. Not sure. Arizona, Kyler Murray, he's a head case, bro. It's weird. Jared Goff went full Joe Montana. About a minute and a half left and drove down into field goal position. And when you saw him jogging onto the field, you know what? I just felt like he's going to do it. Kind of like how you feel about Lil Bitch when he comes on the field, much as you hate it. Speaking of that, I'll talk about what the flu's too, but I've said this, and I promise you this. If the Kansas City Chiefs are in the Super Bowl, and if there's shenanigans with the play calling of the other team or the officials, anything questionable whatsoever that they kind of don't deserve to be there, do the Swifties really need to win again? Any shenanigans and the KC Swifts are in the Super Bowl, I promise you I will not watch the Super Bowl. Super Bowl 59. And I will even make a petition. Who's coming with me? F off, NFL, with that crap. Got another one. I'm sure there's a couple holes on that drive. And Mahomes, much as I hate to admit it, sure, he makes great plays, but when the deck is stacked in your favor, it's not that hard to make a great play here and there when you know you'll get bailed out if you don't. It's almost like, okay, here's the one guy say, Mighty Momo. Here he is. Hand on the flag. So if it's incomplete, oh, it's complete. Okay. Oh, incomplete. Oh, flag. Oh, it's complete. Okay. Oh, holding. Oh, no holding on the Swifts. Don't tell me that it's at least not possible. Don't piss on my back. Tell me it's raining. I love Dan Campbell too on that last second field goal. Most coaches wait, 2-3 seconds left, call timeout. He's at like 3, 2, 1, timeout. 0.02 seconds left. He's just a don't give an F guy. And just go win the Super Bowl and beat those pricks. Please. Every time I see someone in a Lions hat at work, a Bills hat, Ravens hat, Niner hat, I just say, do me a favor. They don't know what I'm talking about. Please just, hey, can I ask you, do me a favor, please? Can you just, if you see him in the playoffs, please beat the KC Swifts. Please. Thank you. Golden Boy. Mr. Sunshine. You're out a couple weeks. I think it's a shoulder. Cut your hair, bro. Don't even show up, say, I got a rehab. I'll be back in a couple days. Come in clean cut and just see what kind of respect you get. It looks soft, bro. It's great on my middle linebacker. It was great on Ken Stabler 30 years ago, 40 years ago. It's a terrible look for the CEO of a multi-billion-dollar corporation. That's what you are as a quarterback. Cut your hair, bro. Don't tell anybody. Just show up in the locker room. And I bet so many guys, good for you. It's about damn time. Golden Boy, you cut your hair? Here's what kill you. These are the poisons to an NFL game, to an NFL drive. Turnovers, sacks, illegal motion, illegal shift, ineligible man downfield, illegal formation, false start, drops, late hits, all these little things. Turnover, that's not so much mental. Sacks, illegal motion, illegal shift, ineligible, illegal formation, false start, all mental mistakes. Ronnie Vaca says, it's the players' fault. They're the ones on the field. Players' fault. Boss and Ronnie. Bullshit. A good coach drills that shit into their brains so much that they don't even think about it. They just get it right. It's half-ass coaches that the players do this shit. I don't know. I bet Belichick's team's illegal formation, what? Once a year? False starts once a game? I think it was Arizona had 2 or 3 plays in a row. Illegal motion, illegal formation, like 30-yard bomb called back because the receiver didn't cover the effing tackle. And I don't talk much fantasy football, but that is just what's the opposite of chi-hoo? Hoochie. Hoochie mama. Clemson LSU ACC championship game. I want to get into this. SMU's down 17 points early in the fourth quarter. They come back, tie the game with 16 seconds left. Did you learn nothing from the 13-second game? Squib, kick the ball. Don't let them return it. Burn a couple of seconds. They kick it deep. I mean, if you're going to kick it deep, at least kick it out of the end zone. They kick it, a normal kickoff. Brennan catches it at the 5 and returns it out to the 50. Okay, now we're 10 seconds at the 50. That's one egregiousness. Game clock manager, hello. Game management and a clock management coach. That's a perfect game management squib kick it. Line drive over the first line's head. Next play, they're at about their own 45. 10-yard cushion. Did you learn nothing from Eberflus on the Hail Mary, the play before? 10-yard cushion. They give an easy slant. They get to the 45, 10, 15-yard play, timeout, 56-yard field goal. Why are you not bump and run with safeties over the top and a 5-man blitz? They need 10, 15 yards to get in field goal position. It's 10 seconds left. And you're playing prevent zone 10, 15-yard deep coverage and just give them the slant. It's just idiotic. I don't understand how these guys don't know this. Oh, well, they're the ones getting paid. And you know what? They're doing enough dumb shit that I'm going to get paid too off their backs. They never learned. You go press D with safeties over the top. You go nickel press, zone in the back, and you rush the QB. There's 10 seconds left, and they need 15 yards to get in field goal position. And you play 15 yards off. Kickers suck, by the way. Giants get a 35-yard field goal blocked, kind of like Denver a few weeks ago against KC. To tie the game, 35-yard field goal. That's an extra point these days. Just, you know what? I'm so sick of it coming down to that little skinny fuck. How about this? Get the goalposts and the punters out and you just go for it. You have 4 downs. PATs, 3 yards is 1 point. 10 yards is 2 points. 15 yards is 3 points. Or something similar, whatever you want to do. 2 yards, 5 yards, and 10 yards, I don't care. You could have a 4-pointer, 20-yard line. But field position would be such a different, it wouldn't even really matter. Field position. Let's get the kickers out, get the goalposts out. Just like Larry David. If they did that, NFL to do away with all kicking. Then the Dark Masters sold their soul again. How many field goals doink and go in? The most famous double doink, no good. Most doinks, most dings, most dongs, most anything that hits any metal in a field goal, 90% don't go in. But for the KC Swifties, what happens? Oh, it's up and good. Imagine that. So sick of it. See you in the Super Bowl, and I won't see you in the Super Bowl. Who's coming with me? Get the tush push out too. But, good riddance. Kickers, punters, you're gone. And so's the tush push. It's not football. It's rugby. Bring back that you cannot help or assist or push a ball carrier, period. If you're worried about their safety, they shouldn't have a 300-pound lineman coming 15 miles an hour downhill, hit him in the back to try to push him into the end zone or to get the first down or the extra yards. And it used to be a rule. Whose brilliant idea? Take that away. Can I wave to people? Nishlers. Kathy, if you're still there, thanks for joining. I'm TikToking too a lot more. Probably do a couple more today after this. So join me on TikTok, Not Pods Hawaii, Brother Richie, Backseat Quarterback. We're talking sports. We're talking life. I talk about high-speed cop car chases and tinfoil and football. Opposite pet name day. Whatever. So I just saw the CFL, Canadian Football League. The Grey Cup is 150 years old. They've been playing football in Canada for 150 years. Who knew? We have Abner Doubleday and James Naismith, but who the hell invented football? I guess Naismith was Canadian too. But apparently they've been playing football in Canada for 50 years longer than the NFL. Good for you, oh Canada. Canada. And you got the 30-yard deep end zones. What a fantasy footballer's dream. No illegal motion. Just guys running toward the line of scrimmage. and 55. You got the 54-yard line. Weird. Canada, yeah, that's just a little weird up there. Yeah, Golden Boy, just cut your hair. No, I'm going to dock the kicker. Illegal kickoff to the Swifties. Yeah. Dicker the kicker. Oh, yeah. That's right. When he tried to squib kick it. So now in this weird new kickoff, the ball has to land between the 20-yard line and the goal line or something, or past the 30, or they get the ball at the 40. That's right. So I look at the games. Buffalo gives up 44 points. They lose 44-42, and sure, Josh Allen has 6 touchdowns. But why in the F is James Cook only getting the ball 6 times? I just don't get it. Buffalo, 37 passes and 15 rushes, and 10 of them were Josh Allen. Or 9 of them. I just run the ball. Run the clock. Keep your defense up. Do you think they'd give up 44 points if they ran the ball a little more, had a couple more first downs, and ran the clock? I mean, he's a top 10 running back when you give him the ball. Hell yeah, Richie's NFL. No more kicking. Get it out, bro. Skinny little effer. Skinny little fuck. With no athletic ability, hardly at all. No respect in the locker room, hardly at all. There's some outliers. Half the time they're hitchhiking home because they missed 3 field goals, including the game winner. Get them out. I'm losing it. If I'm losing it, this is crazy, then I don't want to be sane. I've been saying this for years, bro. I think Lisa Simpson even said it in the Simpsons broadcast last night. Who else? Look at the Giants. Drew Lock threw the ball 49 times, and they ran the ball 20. Tyrone Tracy seems pretty good when he gets the ball. He had 16 rushes. You throw the ball 50 times and you run it 20. And you know the math. If you're 50-50, right here, you're 50-50, you win. You're 60-40, you lose. Year after year, week after week, season after season, it's the same old shit. This is analytics that you need to know. I don't get it. Kirk Cousins, 4-game losing streak, 0 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. Do you go to the rookie? On the other side of it, though, how about those Minnesota Vikings? Good on you, Minnesota. Skull. That's actually safety, too. They could go safety, skull. I'm going to wrap it up. You know what the F, what the fuck. Well, to keep his memory around, because I'm going to miss beating up on this guy, and how many idiotic situations. And then what comes out of his mouth. So to flus it up, to Waldron it up, is to know what to do and know the right thing to do, but just not do it. To flus it up is to actually not know that you're doing the wrong thing, do the wrong thing, and then double down and say that you thought you did the right thing. So what the flus, this is how I'm going to wrap up my show today. Dallas blocked punt, squibbling around. You're going to get the ball with under 2 minutes left. For the love of Leon Lett, just don't touch the ball. Get away from the ball. It's Dallas Deja, 1994, 30 years ago. Leon Lett on a blocked field goal, slides in the snow and knocks the ball, and Miami gets it and kicks a field goal to win. This time, Arola John Jay, whatever his name is, because Craig Carton can't say it. Ball squibbing around. Just stay away. You're getting the ball. You can go kick a field goal, win the game. But no, I don't know if he didn't know the rule for sure, just kind of went boing boing on his brain or wanted to be the hero. And it's almost like a short hop at shortstop. Just clanks off his shoulder and Cincy ball. How many Jamar Chase Burrow points to in the final regular season fantasy football game? How many guys won and lost with Burrow and Chase when they wouldn't even have the ball again? Unbelievable. What the floose? Buffalo. James Cook only 6 carries, 37 passes, and 15 runs equals lose. Game management, assistant coach, please, anyone? You can afford a couple $100,000 a year, NFL teams. I'll give you $200,000 for you. Make it like a college intern type guy. Clock management, game management, assistant coach. What the floose? The Eagles have won 9 games in a row, but A.J. Brown's in the locker room sulking, man, it's hard to get going when you can't throw the ball. Maybe you never have to throw the ball. This is what I pound the table about. Run the ball. Win the game. You're the captain. You got a C on your chest. How about be a captain? Say, I don't care. I don't care if I get the ball. We're winning the game. Don't ask me about that crap. I just want to win. How about that, A.J. Brown? Rip that C right off your chest. Prima donna wide receivers. Chicago Bears hit a new low. 4 yards in the first half. Under your new, Thomas Brown took over play calling, did pretty good. Now they make him, the interim head coach. 4 yards, and they gave up 319 yards to 4 in the first half, Chicago Bears. I say it a lot, and I don't know if I could do better, but I could do better. I'll just call run it right, run it left, get on the ball, set hut, run a little out, run a slant. We're getting more than 4 yards and a half with those weapons. What the floose? What the floose, the New York Jets? How about a game management coach? About a minute left. Run a sideline pattern. Step out of bounds to stop the clock. Miami's out of timeouts. You stay in bounds, you run the clock down, you kick the field goal, end the game. Or at least go to overtime. Instead, you step out of bounds, kick the field goal, 50 seconds left for Tua. That's an eternity for a good football team these days. Why is it that defenses can never step up with 50 seconds left and stop somebody from kicking a field goal? Ever. Well, unless, Casey Swift probably could, because there'd be a couple offensive penalties that you just like phantom shit. What the floose? Anyone playing the Casey Swifts? Can we stop them on 3rd down and 12 just once when it counts? Please, anyone? Just stop the KC Swifts on 3rd down and 12. Just one time. So effing irritating. So sick of little bitch and all that crap. What the floose? New York Giants, 35-yard field goal. This tie is blocked. It's 35-yard field goal. It's an extra point to tie the game. I don't know what kind of assistant coach is helping that. Kick the ball high enough. It's 35 yards. It's not like you got to drive it into the wind 58 yards. Unbelievable. What the floose. I promise you, if the Kansas City Swifts are in the Super Bowl and there's one little iota of suspect circumstances, Shane Waldron doesn't run the ball, Josh Allen has 3 interceptions and a fumble, 6 holding calls that they just keep the flag in their pocket. Taylor jumping the snap count every single play. That's a penalty on everybody else, but not the Swiss. That shit happens, and they're in the Super Bowl, and I promise you, and it'll be the first Super Bowl I missed since Super Bowl 9 or something. I will not watch the effing Super Bowl. I'll have it taped, and if by some miracle they can overcome the Zebras and Detroit or Minnesota or the Rams or the Niners, somehow they win, I will go back and watch that Super Bowl twice in a row. They lose. KC Swifts win the Super Bowl. I'm not going to watch it. If they get there and there's nothing and they just earned it, there's no fancy, questionable shit, I'll watch. I'll put in all my swears and say, just call me if I won. Anything questionable, I'm out. I'm going to do a petition. Who's coming with me? Can't do it anymore, bro. So sick of it. Like I said, if it's legit, there's no weird, crazy shit, I'll watch. And if they do win, I not only will not watch any of the Super Bowl, any highlights I see, I won't want to hear anything about it. I won't see one play of that Super Bowl if I can help it. You can tell me what happened, sure. Oh, you wouldn't believe it, Richie. Well, I will believe it, but what? They had 4th and 12, bro, and it was way overthrown, and Patrick Mahomes, he gets sacked, and they called roughing the passer and pass interference, and they're both bullshit. No way. That's kind of like, oh, it rained in Tillamook in February. It was 12 below in Chicago, and there was a pass interference on the other team. Imagine that. Okay, friends, I'm going to get on up out of here. Keep it under 40 minutes. I've been going an hour, Nobody has that attention span. For all you listening and for Brother Jack. Thank you, Brother Richie. I'll see you next week. Check out my TikToks. I'm going every day. I think I got to do the opposite pet name day because I have a free music on the computer, and you pick songs, but everyone says that this song is illegal. It's like, it's on the free, not copyrighted music list. I used 10 of them already. So check me out, TikTok. It's really fun, actually. I just want to blow up. Okay. St. Brown will, oh, hell yeah. I'm not going insane, Carl. Carl Oliver. Kavika. Is that your dad or you? If Lisa Simpson thinks so too. Who wants field goals? Why even have them? That's soccer. Way back in the day, I think there was it started with rugby, right? I don't know. Get the kickers out, no punting, no field goals. Call me insane. Whatever you like. Somebody's coming with me. Somebody else will not watch the Super Bowl. We'll go on a hike with my kid. Call me insane, Kavika. My wits are perfectly about me. I'll see you next week. I'll see you on TikTok. Aloha, Brother Richie. Come on.